You know that feeling, right? That little spark? That suspicion that someone might have a secret crush on you. It can drive you absolutely crazy trying to figure it all out. Well, get ready. Today, you're the detective, and we are going to crack this case wide open.
And here it is, the central mystery. It's that fine line between, wow, they're really into me, and our own wishful thinking. It's a confusing place to be for sure. But don't worry, that's exactly what we're here to figure out.
Okay, let's get down to business. Forget guesswork and overthinking. We're going to use some actual psychology and sharp observation skills to find the real clues. So, consider your training officially started.
So, our first area of investigation, the world of unspoken signs. These are the subconscious tells, the little things people do without even realizing it when they're around someone they find attractive.
Okay, first clue on the board, you gotta pay attention to personality shifts. I mean, does their entire vibe change the second you walk into the room? Maybe that friend who's usually super reserved suddenly gets really chatty and cheerful. Or the opposite, the life of the party gets kind of quiet, maybe a little flustered.
The key here, and this is really important, is the contrast. Watch how they act with their normal group of friends. That's their baseline. Then, notice how they are when it's just you two. If there's a big, noticeable difference, that is a powerful sign that you have a pretty unique effect on them.
Ah, yes, the eyes. They almost never lie. It doesn't matter if they're trying to catch your eye or desperately trying to avoid it. Either way, how someone looks at you is a huge indicator of what's really going on in their head.
And this really breaks down into two classic tells. First, you've got the quick look away. You catch them staring, they get embarrassed, and their eyes just dart somewhere else. The second is the total opposite. It's that long, lingering gaze when they think you're distracted. Both of these signal a pretty deep interest.
Now, this one might seem a little obvious, but we're not talking about just any smile here. Think about how often it happens, and the quality of the smile itself. Is it a small, kind of bashful smile that shows they're a little nervous but also happy to see you? Or is it a huge ear-to-ear grin that just completely lights up their face? And that's the real key, isn't it? This smile feels special. It's not the same one they give to everybody else. When you start noticing that particular smile, the one that really seems like it's reserved just for you, you can go ahead and consider that a major piece of evidence.
This one is all about proximity. Does this person just find reasons to be physically near you? Maybe they always choose the seat next to you in a group, or they just happen to run into you in places you know they don't normally go. They want to be in your orbit, even if they don't say a single word.
Okay, so we've covered all the subconscious tells. Now let's switch gears and look at the more deliberate actions. The things they actually choose to do to get your attention.
Just think about it for a second. Who makes the first move? Are they the one who's always sending the first text, calling you up, reaching out on social media? If they're consistently the ones starting the conversation, that is a clear sign that they really want to connect with you.
And yeah, these are basically the modern-day calling cards of interest. They're not just sitting back and waiting for you to come to them. No, they are actively closing the distance, and that shows they find you interesting and they want more of your time.
Constant compliments mean two things. One, they are paying very, very close attention. And two, they are genuinely impressed by what they see. They don't just see you, they notice the details, and they want you to know that they've noticed. Someone with a crush is definitely eager for your attention. They will not let a conversation die easily. If there's an awkward silence, they will be the first one to jump in with a new question or a new topic because they genuinely want to keep talking to you.
Here's a little field test you can actually run. Next time you're talking, just subtly act a little distracted. Maybe check your phone or start packing up your bag. A person who isn't really invested might just let the conversation end. But someone with a crush, they will likely work even harder to get your attention right back. Okay, now take a look at their schedule. Are you a priority in it? Do they pretty much always say yes when you invite them somewhere? Do they reschedule other plans just to hang out with you? When you become a priority in someone's schedule, that is a super strong indicator that they care about you. A lot.
All right, detective. We've gathered all these clues, the stares, the smiles, the initiated texts, but now comes the most important part of any investigation, the analysis.
It's so easy to see one or two of these signs and just immediately jump to a conclusion. But a good detective knows that a single piece of evidence can be really misleading. We have to look at the bigger picture.
And this is where a real detective skill comes into play. It's called pattern recognition. We're not looking for one-off incidents. We are hunting for consistent patterns of behavior over time.
So, let's summarize our findings. One smile is just a smile. But a special smile, combined with constant staring and them always initiating contact, now that is a pattern, and that is strong evidence. Just remember, context is always key.
But before you close this case file for good, there is one final, fascinating twist to consider, and it's a classic move in any great mystery.
What if, this whole time, we've been looking at the wrong suspect? What if the investigation really needs to turn inward? Just think about it. Have you noticed these signs in your own behavior? Sometimes, the biggest mystery we need to solve isn't about someone else's feelings. It's about understanding our own. Now that is a case worth investigating.